Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be my favorite and least favorite shade in the palette. One of you guys actually requested that I do my favorite shade in the palette. This was a tag going around YouTube around 2018, and I actually did do that video at the time that everyone else was doing it, but that video is super old, so I thought it would be fun to do it again and then also do my least favorite shades. So this was started by Spooky Lips and Fat Hips and Georgia Harris, and a ton of people were doing this video, and I actually seen some people doing it again lately. I thought it would be fun to do, so I'm going to try to swatch all my favorite shades on one hand and my least favorite shades. I have 10 eyeshadow palettes here, and let's get into it. A few of these palettes I know that I did include in that old video, and I'm pretty sure that I did include the Deuce palette. And this is one of my favorite palettes. I love it. I love Juvias Place. I feel like I talk about them a ton on my channel. And picking my favorite shade out of this one is kind of hard now that I'm looking at it because I really do love it, but it's gonna seem boring, but this color Crepes is a beautiful kind of rosy matte pinkish shade, and I don't think I have anything else like this in my collection. My least favorite shade I'm gonna say is this matte color here. It's just kind of boring. I mean, I could use it to maybe blend the crease a little bit or set my eyeshadow primer, but I feel like I have so many colors like that in my collection that I definitely don't need that. But yeah, favorite and least favorite, let me swatch them. All right, here they are. That light shade, it doesn't even show up. I swear I swatched it, but you can't see it. But there's Crepes. I love that color, and I do feel like it's kind of unique in my collection. All right, then I picked this Ace Beauté Vintage Dawn. I'm loving this palette. I got this in Boxycharm in January, and I think this palette is so beautiful. I've talked about it quite a bit. And let's see, favorite shade. This is hard because I actually really do like all of these, but I think this red shade, it is so beautiful. If I spray my brush, this looks like liquid metal. Least favorite shade, I'm gonna go with this yellow metallic here, only because I feel like I have so many colors like that. It's just not necessary, but I do actually like it. So let me swatch these. All right, here they are. This yellow, I mean, it is super pretty. I just don't think it's really necessary because I just feel like I have so many golds in my collection. I'm a little sick of golds, to be honest, but this red is amazing. This may be my favorite or one of my favorites, red metallics, and I wore this in some recent videos and I love it. Alrighty, Nastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette. I love this one. This is one of my favorite palettes, but before even opening it, I already know what my least favorite shade is, and that is Drama, because it looks like it's a super beautiful purple, but on my eyes, it just looks like muddy and dark and not so pretty. But favorite, that's hard because I love the rest of this palette. Ooh, this is hard, but I think Rose Gold. I have a big dip in that one. I love that shade so much. So let's swatch these. Yeah, oh my gosh. All right, there's Rose Gold. Oh my goodness, that color is so beautiful. I love it. And you can even tell in this swatch, it just looks like a dark shade. It doesn't really look that purple. And yeah, on the eyes, it's just a bit lackluster compared to what it looks like in the pan. Another Juvias. This is the Zulu. Again, this is one, before even opening it, I know what my least favorite shade is, and that is this brown. It's just so like, why is there a brown in this palette? It's such a beautiful rainbow palette. I feel like a black would make more sense, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with the shade. You know, it's just a bit underwhelming. But my favorite shade is this teal metallic. I love this shade so much. Let me swatch these. All right, that teal is gorgeous. I love it. And this brown, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's a very kind of yellowy brown. Again, nothing wrong with it. I just think the rest of the palette is so exciting and beautiful. It would have been better if they'd done another fun shade, in my opinion. Let's talk about an old school palette. I still love the original Too Faced Chocolate Bar. I've gotten rid of all my other Too Faced palettes. This is my favorite one. I don't think I want to buy any more from the brand, but I still do love this one. This was my Pan That palette last year, so it's very well loved. And least favorite shade, definitely one of these two purples. I mean, honestly, I dislike both of them equally. Favorite shade, yeah. Ooh, that's hard because all three of these, Salted Caramel, Marzipan, and Creme Brulee, I love. But if I had to pick a favorite, I think it would be marzipan. All right, I went with candied violet for least favorite. Again, it's kind of like this. I mean, this is more pigmented, but they're kind of lackluster purples. You know, if I want a purple look, I want a purple look. You know, these are just subtle. And then there's marzipan. It doesn't swatch that great, to be honest, but on the eyes, this color is so beautiful. I mean, it's kind of a stereotypical champagne shade, but there's something special about it on the eyes that I think looks a lot nicer than a lot of standard champagne shades I have in my collection. All right, another Juvias Place, Saharan 2. This one I'm pretty sure I did include in that older video. I love this one. Definitely one of my favorites by Juvias. Again, hard to pick a least favorite because I do love all of these. But, oh gosh, I don't know. I think I may just go with this brown here just because, again, it's kind of boring compared to the rest of the palette, although it is nice. I do use it. And then favorite, you know, it's hard because I love this peach and I love this blue. I'm pretty sure last time I did this video, I picked this blue as my favorite. And it is lovely, but you know what? I think I'm gonna go with Marrakesh because even though it's a peach, it is an extra foiled, beautiful peach shade, one of the best I have. Least favorite, here's that brown shade. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. I have so many browns in my collection. I don't need a million browns over and over. And then this peach. Now that's beautiful. I love that. I do think it's an extra special peach shade, even though they are kind of dime a dozen. This one, definitely one of my favorites in my collection. On to this Pat McGrath Mothership 2 palette. This is one of my most expensive palettes. And this, the more I use it, I do really enjoy this palette. Picking out my least favorite shade is pretty easy though. This one over here is like a pink duochrome. It's just not very pigmented. It barely shows up. So that one I think is a dud. Favorite though, definitely between this green or this one here, but I think I'm gonna go with this. This is a duochrome. It's so beautiful. I really love it. All right, least favorite, here it is. So yeah, it's not that pigmented of a shade. It looks really pretty in the pan, but wish it was more pigmented. But my favorite one, oh my gosh, the sparkle. I love it. That's, you know, I think those astral shades by Pat McGrath are really what she's known for, that beautiful sparkle. Definitely glittery, you know, definitely need either a wet brush or a glitter glue to make those work, but it's gorgeous. I'm in love. On to one of my favorite palettes in my collection, Sultry. I love all but one shade in here. My least favorite, I know without even looking at it what it is, and that is Bloom. This coral shade just does not look good on me. It almost makes my eyes look a little bit sick. I have other corals that I like, but there's something about this undertone, I just don't like it. But the rest of the palette, it's so beautiful. However, I think Rose Quartz is probably my favorite. I've hit pan on that. And I've looked through my collection for a similar shade and I just don't really seem to have one that I could find. You know, it's so beautiful and shimmery. So I think I'm gonna go with this, but honestly, other than this color Bloom, I love the rest of this palette. All right, favorite right there, beautiful pink shimmer. Honestly, it looks better on the eyes than it does in the swatch. And then here is my least favorite, this coral. I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with it, but this one I just don't think looks good on my skin tone. Alrighty, I decided to include my original Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I do really like this palette, actually. Least favorite though, pretty easy, this purple here. Wow, I seem to hate a lot of purples now that I'm doing this video. I just have better purples in my collection. It doesn't look that great on the eyes. It's very patchy. It works better with a wet brush, but not my favorite. Favorite though, favorite is this 24/7 shade. This is kind of a glittery, bronzy, dark brown. It looks blah in the pan, but on the eyes, this one looks really nice. Least favorite is this purple here. Just have better purples. And then this one, I mean, doesn't look that revolutionary in a swatch, but on the eyes, this color is amazing. And it does have some glitters in it. I really like it. Last up, Natasha Denona Metropolis. Again, one of my favorite palettes. You know, I tried to pick palettes I really, really love. Although I pretty much love all my palettes now because I did recently declutter a few. Anyway, love a lot of the shades. If I had to pick a least favorite though, okay, least favorite, I'm gonna go with this very, very dark blue. Just don't use those type of colors much. However, for the favorite, love this one. It's beautiful. I love this one too. I love the metallics and the shimmers in here. They are amazing. Let's see. I decided to go with this coppery one there. I do really love that one. Here's the least favorite. It is super pigmented in a beautiful type dark tealish blue. I just don't reach for that type of color very much, but my favorite is, again, really sparkly, beautiful copper. Definite favorite. All right, so let's see here. Some comparisons. I mean, clearly I picked a lot of shimmery shades. I love metallics and shimmers. Those are definitely my favorites. So yeah, I like a lot of pinky shades, you know, this pop of blue. And clearly I hate a lot of purple eyeshadows, even though I do like purple eyeshadow, but I just want it to be a really, really good one. And the rest, I mean, again, nothing really wrong with them. They're just, you know, not my favorite colors. So yeah, kind of an interesting comparison. There's definitely a color story happening over here. So yeah, that is it for this video. I thought it would be fun to do. Let us know, what's your favorite palette? What's your favorite shade? What's your least favorite eyeshadow? I'm very, very curious because everybody obviously has different preferences. So yeah, thank you for requesting this video. Thank you for watching and have a great day.